Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium, oracle prophetess. Welcome to Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot. This is a Pillar of Light channel. It's been a few days since I posted. I think the last time I posted a video was like Saturday or Sunday, so it's been like 4 days. But I have been very busy, and the energy just seems to be getting faster and faster and faster. So it just feels, it kind of feels like I can definitely feel the recalibration and like the energy that's been coming in. Like new earth is here. We've had like complete whiteouts on the Schumann. So we're feeling all of that. You're feeling all of that. And if you're here, if this found you, you are here for a reason. Doesn't matter if this is your first time on the channel or your 100th time watching one of my videos, this is for you. And I actually do have I have some messages that I need to record for you guys. One of the messages is actually past life stuff about being a druid, and what the druids went through. Same as like the Essenes with the Roman Empire and the Romans and stuff like that. So I have that I'm going to be recording for you guys. So, okay. But this one is, it's about the fact that you're radiating just pure divinity. Like you are glowing in the dark. Like literally, like if you think of like a glow in the dark toy or things that glow in the dark, that's you. I saw 143. Okay, so 143 is I love you. So that could be a message for some of you guys, confirmation for that number. And also the fact that you are very protected and very favored, very loved, because you are just, you have a pure heart. And I just did like a little mini reel video for my Instagram about exhaustion and the inner battle between you and the old, between the new version of you and the old versions of you. So if you're here, you're more than likely one of these souls where you're just so drained right now, so exhausted, so tired. Like you just can't get enough rest. I'm also seeing like prophecy, prophets, prophetesses, a lot of prophetic visions, dreams, sights. Like you're seeing prophetic stuff and you are living a prophecy right now. Like you are literally living, breathing a prophecy right now. Highly prophetic though. So definitely a lot of oracles here. Everyone's sight is different. Okay, so just side note, psychic, medium, oracle, like all the things, like what we tune into and what our like soul purposes are all going to be very different. That's why you see some light workers and they're very galactic and all they channel is very like Pleiadian, galactic, Arcturian, whatever. You see some priestesses or, you know, that just talk about the Rose lineage or the Aztec Mayan lineage or whatever it is, right? There's some psychic mediums where they, like, a part of their gifts is to see crimes and to help solve crimes and to help protect in that way. For some, it's world events, things that are going to be happening. Like we don't necessarily, souls like us, like I love astrology and I would love to learn astrology and actually become an astrologer again, because I've been an astrologer and astronomer like many lifetimes over. Like when it comes to the planets, the solar systems, the stars, all the things, like many of us, like we just know, right? You just know. Anyways, the message though, like the actual like download, which probably the title probably says this, the actual like message for this reading. So I'm just doing like a hodgepodge, like buffet reading, which means general, which means my channels are just wide open. So whatever comes through, I'm going to share. Okay. It could be love. It could be anything. So I'm going to start with the Game of Thrones tarot and I'm just going to get a few cards. I don't know why, but like my right leg right now is shaking. This is, so if you are new here, like a part of my soul, like what I do, like if you come to this channel, if you follow me on Instagram, or you tune in with my energy, my readings, my messages, whatever I share through my messages. And if you know, you know, if you've been here, you already know these things. I'm not just a tarot reader. Like, this channel is very different in the way that this is an activation and healing portal. So whenever you click here, whenever you tune in with Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot, you are going to receive activations. There's going to be stuff that's dormant that opens. There's going to be blockages that get removed, you know, things like that. So I'm a high level alchemist. We are all alchemists. We are all magicians. We all have these abilities. But a part of my soul work is to help you, the collective, my viewers, my soul familia, here on my platforms, and then also through my clients. But I help transmute stuff for you and with you. So right now, with my legs shaking, okay, my leg is not, first of all, there's something about your nerves, your nervous system. There's a lot of attention being drawn to your nervous system. High cortisol levels, can't sleep, like your sleep patterns are like all jacked up. Like, this is because your nervous system is out of whack. Okay, like, bottom line, if this is you, your nervous system is out of whack. So you might find yourself doing nervous tics, like stuff like this, you know, like sitting and not being able to sit still, like you're always needing to move. When I'm channeling, like how I am right now, I tend to get fidgety sometimes and I move a lot. It's not because of nerves, it's because of the energy. When I'm channeling one-on-one with my clients, it's not like that at all, because it's just me and them. But when I'm channeling so much energy, because if you guys, you know, if you're new here, I channel a lot, like freaking nature kind of stuff, okay? So there's a recalibration happening. I'm seeing very powerful cleansing waters of Lemuria, of Atlantis, basically, like all of the Atlantean and Lemurian waters and stuff, by the way, that's the water. Water is not created. Water is just here. Water is recycled. Water is also alchemy, very powerful alchemy. There's something about the water element cleansing. But I literally see like your spirit guides, and especially like Lemurian Atlantean family, they are cleansing you big time with their healing waters, especially around your nerves and your nervous system. Now, the other part of the reason why my leg is shaking, this is the bigger part. My leg is shaking. I just saw 808. My leg is shaking because there's some kind of, there's trauma stored in the hips. And this is a release right now. This is a trauma release, some kind of very old trauma that has been in the hips, stored in the hips. For many of you guys, it's because your Kundalini is activating. That fiery serpent is waking up. And so all of the blocked, old, stuck, dormant energies is also starting to wake up and move. And that can also, so there is literally, like, I'm helping some of you guys watching, I'm literally helping you in this reading, in this moment, to transmute and clear some kind of really insane trauma that has been stored here in the right hip specifically. This is our masculine side. The right side for many is the dominant side. So there's something around your inner masculine and healing just like masculine wounds that have been projected on you from other masculine distortion. And then also like your own inner masculine. Okay, so got that out of the way. All right. But the download message here is right now you feel it's a weird energy because you're on a new timeline. Your new life is already anchoring in. That is what is solidifying right now. Okay. So that's what I spoke of in my little mini video earlier underneath this one. I was like, you're exhausted. You're exhausted. I'm exhausted. We are exhausted. Yes, because of the astrology. Yes, because of the solar flares and all the things and all the things. But it's because we have been battling our own selves. Like, there's this constant battle within you each day between the old you, and this is where free will is. It's like you're battling the old versions of you and the new version, authentic, higher self version of you. So this is like where you're anchoring in. This new version is on the new timeline. The new timeline is here. Things are happening now. But you are waking up each day battling yourself with these old versions, like doing things the way you've always done them, like making choices from the old way of thinking versus following the heart and the soul and the intuition. Like, there's fear, there's anxiousness, there's, you know, stuff like that with the old versions of you. And the new version of you is like, I'm not tripping off any of that stuff. So every single day you're battling yourself, 5 of Wands, internally. So this message is saying, stop doing that, even though it's easier said than done. Literally, like, spirit is like, we get it, but there's no reason for that. So this message is letting you know you are fully supported to step into the new version of yourself. You are fully supported to step into the new version of yourself. Meaning, for some of you guys, it's scary because maybe you're leaving a marriage or a long-term partnership. And you're scared because you're like, this is changing my whole life. Like, what if I'm wrong? You start backpedaling. You start questioning. You start getting stuck in the mud again when you just got yourself out of the mud and it took forever to get out of the mud, and then you just put yourself right back in the mud. Spirit's like, don't. Like, we've given you sign after sign. Like, everything, literally, the universe couldn't. It's like it's mirroring to you in every single way, shape, and form everything you need to know all the time. Okay, the false matrix demons, the false matrix demons, the archons, they are doing everything in their power to literally keep you in fear and to keep you small and stuck and in fear. And those are the versions of you that are like so connected to the false matrix. Those are the versions that are battling this new version of you. So it's literally like you have to end this battle with yourself and yourselves. Okay, like, it's pointless, really. It's so silly when we think about it from a higher view. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, this is crazy. Why am I clinging to this? Where is this fear coming from, right? Like, all these things. But anyways, so we're 12, 13 minutes in, so let's go into the message, like, for real, okay? Even though this was all a part of it, every single thing that came through in the first 13 minutes is very important. If you know, you know. My channeling is the strongest part, okay? And I don't say that to be like, I'm the greatest No. It is not a phenomenon these days anymore to be psychic or to be a medium or to be a healer or to be a priestess. Like, literally, that's like why we all came back here. We all just offer different things, and our gifts are all very different. We could all be very psychic, but like I said, what we're tuning into and the collective of souls that we are meant to engage with and touch is going to be very different for each of us, right? So I feel like there's a message around that, like comparing yourself. Spirit wants you to know, and this is literally the download. Sorry, guys, I know I've said it like 4 million times and I haven't actually said it. The download is literally this. You may not feel this in this moment. Like, you feel exhausted, but your energy, but that's because, like, what happens when a woman gives birth, when she goes into labor and she gives birth? She's exhausted after. She's drained. She's depleted, right? She has no energy because she just birthed a baby, new life. You are exhausted because you are birthing the new version of you. You've birthed your new life, and you just gave birth to yourself, basically. You just gave birth to self. You feel exhausted, depleted, like kind of beat down. You may not be feeling or looking like maybe your best in this moment. You know, for some of you guys, you might be feeling very different, you know, like, I feel amazing right now, you know, but I'm telling you right now, for the majority of you guys who are here, I just saw 444, you are exhausted. You feel like you literally just, man or woman, it feels like you just gave birth. I'm a woman, I'm 41, I've never been married, I don't have kids. So in this lifetime, I don't know what it feels like to give birth, but I know what it feels like to go through a birth, a rebirth. I also know what it feels like to give birth from past lives. I've been a mother many times over. In this incarnation, I'm the generational curse breaker of my family. So if it happens, it happens, but the curses end with me, not just because I'm breaking them, but also because I don't have children. And what's weird is like, I used to think I wanted children, but then like as I got older, it wasn't something that I, now I know why. Now I know why. So that could be a message for some of you guys. And for some of you guys, I actually do, like if you are manifesting pregnancy, I actually see pregnancy. I see taking the pregnancy test. I see like your face lit up. I see like you touching your belly, like you're pregnant, you can't believe it. It's like that. Okay, so for some of you guys, that's that. Okay, and I'm also getting very strong. Oh, that was another thing. Hecate. Hecate is coming through very strongly. Lilith, Medusa. But Hecate is coming through very strongly for many of you guys. You work with her. You connect with her, whatever it is. But she's like, I've got you. I've got you. For some of you guys, there's a lot of fear around certain things right now. And I think it has to do with it's your comfort, it's your root chakra, it's your 3D reality, your home, your finances, your job, your living situation, whatever that is, it feels unstable, or it has felt unstable, or it was unstable. There's an instability, there's root chakra blocks. That's why my leg was shaking, because there's a lot of stuff clearing from the root chakra. There is a collective Kundalini awakening happening for many souls. To each their own, you guys, but spiritual awakening cannot be induced by another person in that regard. Like you see like people going to these retreats, people are doing stuff to them, and all of a sudden they're like having this Kundalini awakening. Like I don't doubt that those people are helping to open and move energy. Spiritual awakening is organic. You do not have to force it. It is not given to you by another person. Are many of us activators where we help activate and open people up, like just by activating, like, yeah. But you know what I mean? So what happened was many of us, our spiritual awakening started with our crown chakra. So as above, so below, right? Everything balances at some point. So your spiritual awakening was a crown chakra awakening. You've been moving through the crown chakra awakening for however long, however many years or whatever it's been. And now it's about anchoring fully your heaven and earth on earth as one. So that's why the lower like back pain, throbbing, there's a lot of like back pain, hip pain, like feet hurting, swelling, joint pain, arthritis, like just things kind of, there's a lot of stuff happening like that for people in the hips down, like in the legs, because the Kundalini is awakening. Because so much stuff has been dormant and stuck like a freaking block of ice. It's being like broken down now, like an ice pick, So anyways, with that being said, you feel kind of beat down. You feel like maybe it's like, I know I just went through this like crazy intense, like I know I just closed a cycle. I know I just went through this crazy intense like ascension or ascensions. Like we're ascending like every like 20 freaking minutes. You know what I mean? We are ascending and having another like, DEATH and rebirth every like 30 minutes, every half hour of our life. It's a lot. So release the inner battles. Stop battling yourself. Like there's enough going on in the world. Like just stop battling yourself and stop trying to, and stop giving power to the old versions of yourself that you have worked so hard to release. It's time to give energy to this new you. What does he or she look like? What is he or she doing? What is he or she's daily routines, and how do they wake up feeling, and how do they go to bed feeling, and what are they working on each day, and like what are their goals, and like You know, like, what do they do for fun? Like, think of all that stuff, okay? Because that's the new you, and that timeline is here, and these timelines are coming in super fast, super fast, super fast. If stuff isn't happening quite yet, it will when it's meant to, okay? But we can also create resistance. You're so magnetic. You are giving off some kind of crazy, like, beautiful energy, essence, power, whatever it is. And people are, it's like, what I'm seeing is, for many of you guys, you've been single for a while, like years. You have chosen celibacy. You know how precious and sacred your energy is, how sacred your life force is, how sacred your sacred sexuality is. Like, you understand all that. So you've been protecting all that. You've been channeling all that into your growth, your expansion, your work, self-love, like your own like hobbies and passions, things of that nature. For many, many, many of you guys, you literally are about to come into some kind of divine union. So the Kundalini is activating big time for you and your person. Prophetic dreams. It's not even prophetic. It's literally just like you and this person like meeting up in the astral. So there could be a lot of that. I just saw 111. But your energy is magnetic. It is attractive. And the reason why this is going to sound kind of like, because you know this about yourself. You know it. You can feel it. Like, I just went through something like, I just know it. I just know it. Like, right? Your higher self is you just know it. But maybe you literally just feel kind of beat down. Like, me personally, it's like so weird, because I feel like this, like, I feel the new me. I see her. I am her. But at the same time, I know that I've also been battling my old selves and my old ways of thinking that bubble back up and things like that. So right now, the universe is also testing us. Do not be deceived. Don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. It's literally like choosing the new timeline, choosing the new you. Like, this is like what your guidance is. Like, you know, a situation comes up today maybe, and you consciously see this moment of like, this is how the old me would have handled it, or this is what I would have said, but the new me is, you know what I mean? So it's like this constant choice of like, the new me, the new me, the new me kind of a thing. There's something very strong about witches, about being a witch, about being connected to witches, about being from powerful, the stuff that runs through our veins, plasma, whatever you want to call it. I have to be careful what I say. Your ancestors, your family, basically, okay? Very strong, powerful healers, magic, witches, warlocks and magicians, but like not, but like of the light. And for some of you guys, what I'm actually seeing is you literally, like, some type of like dark magic was placed upon your lineage, or I don't know if it was the mother's side, the dad's side, but what I'm literally getting is some kind of really insane like curse was placed on your bloodline. It was vengeful. It was hateful. There was a lot of darkness that was infused into this spell. A lot of jealousy, evil eye. So I don't know what happened down the line, because it's going to be different for everyone here. But at some point, for many of you guys tuning in, your family, my cat just sneezed. He's got a little kitty cold. Your family was literally, and you just broke it. Like, you just broke that curse. Let's ask about that. Why am I getting the curse? I'm seeing the devil card in my mind's eye, like literally. And that's crazy that he just started sneezing, like right when I said that. Confirmation. Illnesses. It was curses to create illnesses, to weaken your bloodlines, to have unhappy like marriages, to be like, there's a lot of like just weakness and dis-ease and like unmotivated energy, you know what I mean? So I don't know, and that's not going to be for every single person ever in your family, but this is a thing that you will know if that's for you or not, okay? The star cards on the bottom of the deck, you are this shining beacon of light and hope to many. You are a star. This is the era. This is what I mean. This is what Spirit's like. You may not feel like it, because in Game of Thrones, when she's in this moment, if you know, you know, if you watch, like one of the best shows ever created, ever. And it's very real in a lot of ways too. But Sansa Stark, this is her, in this moment, she's actually like imprisoned within like a castle basically. And she lights this candle as like an SOS. Someone told her that wanted to help break her out. Okay, a friend was like, light a candle in this tower at this time. I will be looking, like they're way far away, but they can see the glimmer of the, you know, and I will know like to come and help you and to come get you. And so she was scared to do this, because if she gets caught, she's, you know, because she's basically a prisoner. So long story short, it's the star card. It's a card of hope. In this moment, in the show, she lit this candle full of hope to be saved, for, you know, to get out of the situation she was in that was very not good. Okay, so how that connects with you, but like, see, in this moment, the star card speaks of healing and wishes coming true and hope and all these things. But in the show, she was like, it was like the worst time of her life. Like, she was literally married to someone who was a psychopath, who, you know, ABUSE'd her in every single way possible. Like, he completely broke her, except he didn't. Through breaking her, she was formed stronger into her true self. And many of us can relate to that. I know I can, for sure. My past, my karmics, that kind of stuff. So my point is that this was one of the most pivotal, powerful moments of destiny and alignment for her, because it did in fact work, and she was in fact, she got out, okay? She got out, and in the end, she got her justice. Trust me. And if you guys know, you know, but I don't want to like give it away, you know, nothing like that in case you haven't seen it. My point is that you are her right here. You have been in the dark tower, through the dark night of the soul. You've been going through all the things, whatever it is. And your spirit guides kept saying, light the candle, we've got you. Like, we need you to really hone in and find your hope and your faith. Not the fake hope and faith, oh, just lying to yourself. Like, no, we need you to find it for real. And the way that you find it for real, because the card in Major Arcana, the card right before the star, number 16, is the tower. And she's literally in a tower, standing in a tower, lighting a candle. Through the tower comes the star, the alignment, the wish fulfillments. But you go through the tower first, okay? So you literally feel exhausted, shaken up, like you just had a spiritual beatdown, right? And now you're coming into this beautiful, right? Oh, look, there's the Emperor. Oh my God, it's the freaking tower. See? Okay, so for some of you guys, again, this is like a hodgepodge buffet style reading where everything is fair game. Like, it's not a love reading. It's not a specific, this is whatever comes through. There is divine masculine here. The tower energy. There is a masculine for many feminines showing up. It is a part of a wish fulfillment. So there is a masculine who also sees, so it's basically like you're someone's wish fulfillment. Someone is coming in very suddenly, very strongly and very suddenly. Like, surprise, surprise, here I am. You didn't think you'd hear from me, or you didn't think we'd meet, or you didn't think, you know, whatever it is. Okay, so there's that. But what's crazy is I literally, my right leg was shaking, and I was like, oh, this is a trauma. This is something that I'm helping to transmute for a lot of you guys, to clear this region and root and hip and trauma, whatever. And I said, it's the masculine. It has to do with masculine wounds. There it is. And I was, and the tower card represents shock, chaos. Like, it's just, You know what I mean? So there it is, the masculine wounds that created your PTSD, that, you know, all the things that like we pick up because of what we've been through. We fight or flight, like everything feels like an emergency, like, you know what I mean? That's that inner masculine, like where you lost your power. And what I felt earlier is literally the Kundalini awakening, all the things we talked about. That's confirmation for me, big time with that, big time. Let me ask. The Emperor speaks of the father, the husband. It could be a boss. It's just like authoritarian masculine energy. So your own father, grandfather, you know, people that you've been with, but people that have literally been dominating, controlling, possessive, or they have control over you in some way, like a boss. Like maybe you have, you know, if you're a woman, maybe you have a chauvinistic boss, but maybe, you know, it happens all the time to men too, where they are also harassed at work in inappropriate ways, whatever it is. But what I'm getting is toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity that was like a tower energy, because it shook things up. It like did something, it was something big. It was something pivotal in your life connected to masculine wounding. This is a card of healing. See, look, and I shuffled, look at that. The 9 and 10 of swords showed up together. Look at that. The wolf, this is a dire wolf, and it was caged up. This show was insane, but so like I said, one of the best shows ever. Like if you're a mystic, if you're like, you know, you will love it. Anyways, 10 of swords is the ultimate betrayal. Yeah, there was something, and the 9 of swords is PTSD, anxiety, nightmares, like can't sleep, like you're just riddled with fear and worry, and your brain everything's just you know. So, and it's like crazy that the 9 and the 10 of swords showed up together. Like the odds of that happening is, I don't even know, because I don't even know. Traitor. This could be a wound where you were betrayed by some kind of traitor. Okay, this could also be a wound where you betrayed someone. Maybe you were the traitor. Okay, like we can't lie to ourselves and be like, you know, take accountability. You know if you effed up in the past, and you know when you've been good. And if you're here, you've done mostly good, but you have had your moments where you've hurt other people. It's just part of it, you know? There you go. See, something extremely painful that created painful endings, or this is something you put an end to though. Like I just talked about the rebirth and all the things, like you literally feel, because you just, like, this is stuff that you've gone through, that you've been feeling, or that, you know, and now this is the new version of you. So this is what I mean about the old versions and the new versions, and being exhausted from literally battling yourself every single day. And Spirit's like, why? Just step into this new version and see how magical it is. Be very intentional each day, because you are giving star card energy. You may not feel it quite yet or see it within you, but other people do. People you work with do. People you pull up at a stoplight. People, you might get extra stares walking through the store, people staring. It's because of your energy. Because of your frequency, you are a literal star. Like your soul is made of the stars. You are a star, and people can feel that. Also right now, this is true north. You are attracting, you are so magnetic. Things are just happening. Like that's, again, be careful. Like if you're manifesting in a programmed state, like just like autopilot, I call it like autopilot manifesting, where we literally aren't even like thinking conscious, like it's literally just subconscious running like a computer program. And it's like this, because this is what you're used to. This is the program you've been running on. So you have to be very intentional each day right now. You do, we all do. It's how we reprogram, through being intentional, to take time to connect with all of the the higher self and the angels and the spirit realm, and to reprogram this, because every day, like this is the new you and this is the old you. And like you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to operate from both. And that's trying to straddle two timelines. That's exhausting. That's why you're exhausted, because you're trying to straddle both. And your spirit guides go, this is the old, it's gotta go. It is not serving you, it is done, it served its purpose. This is the new you. And look at you. Like, look at you. But there is definitely some father wounds, masculine wounding that is being healed or cleared. A lot of blockages being cleared from the root chakra, the sacral, the womb, and the solar. Okay. Tell me where we're at. 35 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up now. Okay, like you are the star. Show me the star card for who? 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Your whole life has been walking away. People walking away from you, abandoning you. Traitor. Like, you felt this so many times. You know what I'm hearing? Like, a romantic partnership. Like, you told me you love me. Like, how could you say you love me and leave me? How many times have you heard that or said that maybe to an ex karmic in the past? Like, literally, like, just, I'll do anything. Please just don't leave. You know, I've heard that a lot. I've also said that. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, you know, I've said that too. Like, but for me, because I've been cheated on a lot. Like, that's just a part of, like, I don't know, the betrayal wounds and abandonment wounds and rejection wounds that run, you know, I'm a curse breaker. So I am getting all of everybody's rejection wounds, abandonment wounds. Like, it's all inside of me, right? From both mom and dad's, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, we're not just, it's a lot. And since we're the curse breakers, guess what? If that's a deep, like, wound in your, you know, in your family patterns or whatever, then guess what you're going to experience in this life? You're going to experience a lot of this. That's big in my family. And yes, I did. I've experienced, like, every single person that I've been in, like, serious relationships with, they've all lied and cheated. All of them. Every single one. And 2 of them, it was, like, in the most horrific kind of way. Like, the absolute betrayal. It was horrible. I can look back at it now and, like, it's just like, you know what I mean? I've healed these things. But my point is that I am a reflection in a mirror, and I share things not to talk about myself. I don't need to talk about myself. I use myself as an example, as a mirror, as a reflection. So a lot of you tuning in, you've known a lot of people who have, like, literally, like, the ultimate betrayal, traitor. And that's something that cuts deep, and you've had to walk away from these people. Like, something someone else did to you broke your trust, hurt you, betrayed you. It broke your heart twice, because not only because of what they did, but also because now I don't have a choice. You're out of my life, and I didn't make that choice. You made that choice for me. So do you know what I mean? It felt like it was like twisting the knife even more in those ways, because it didn't give you a choice. You had to walk away. You know what I mean? Those are tower moments. When the tower hits, it's like you have no more choice. You have to move. You have to follow the detour. You know, this road is now closed. Sorry. New path opening. That's the only way to go. That's your only choice, right? So anyways, a lot of these masculine wounds and feminine wounds, but, like, I'm telling you guys, men and women, because, like I said, men, you have felt it from your, like, men carry crazy, insane father wounding too. A lot of them. Just masculine, toxic, masculine, distorted programming. Okay? That is being cleared in a really big way. Also, for some kind of divine counterpart, a divine masculine here, who's suddenly showing up or coming in or something, who's a part of, like, some kind of soul destined alignment, wish fulfillment, they also have been burned. They also have, you guys are equals in that way. You guys are absolutely, I'm getting a throat chakra block right now. Why is my throat chakra being blocked? Oh, it's a clearing. Okay. Why did that just happen, please? Why? Judgment. Look at that. And it's all blue. Oops. It's all blue. Look at that. And then Ace of Coins, bottom of the deck. The throat, blue, throat chakra. This is judgment, Archangel Gabriel. It's communication, Archangel Gabriel communicating, but it's literally a card of powerful communication, resurrection, like reconnected to the soul. This is your resurrection. Your greatest resurrection yet. See the color match, kind of like how it's like the darker bluey, like, or whatever. In this show, this is a very evil, okay? He's the like head, like general of the army all of his army is all, you know, people like zombies. They're all, you know, he brings them back to life after, you know. So he's very dark, but the judgment card is not a dark card necessarily. I mean, the universe calling judgment on, we've all been, you know, like when judgment is called on us, or like when we're under judgment, that's like the universe going, okay, time for you to resurrect, time for you to wake up, time for you to let go, like whatever it is, you know. But this is some kind of powerful communication, a wish fulfillment, something. So yeah, and then Queen of Cups, see, something you prayed for. So if you've been praying for like financial help, financial breakthrough, you've learned to stop going outside of yourself up for it. Like, you know, that's another program, like the church, right? Like the church was another program. See, you had to find your own divine strength and your own inner warrior. That's what you found. So you might be feeling kind of you might be feeling exhausted. You might be feeling, and I think for a lot of you guys physically, like your physical appearance right now, like you're not maybe very happy with that in the moment. Like you love yourself, but like you've been so exhausted that you just really didn't give enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like you were more focused on just getting up each day and functioning and like, you know, but there's something about right now you're starting to feel that motivation of your physical body again, or you have recently, like, okay, I want to get healthy. I'm working out, I'm walking, I'm stretching, I'm, you know, doing stuff to open and clear open trauma and release trauma from my body and like all these things, right? But like, all I want to say is it doesn't matter how like you're seeing yourself right now. I need you to know that the people around you and certain soulmates and just individuals, you are radiating Queen of Cups, Empress, like high level, like I'm, you know, I have healthy boundaries. I love myself. Like you are vibrating so high in that regard. There is some kind of very powerful, stable, you're getting a new home, a new car. Like, I feel like it's like The Price is Right or something, like, come on down. You know, you got a new car. That's how it feels right now. And I know I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Like, everything I say is for a reason. This is that. Stuff that you have been praying for. See? Prayer. This is the same girl, by the way, in the show. Sansa. Same girl. This is before she was here. Okay? But when she was in this, like, at this period too, she was also basically a prisoner in another castle. Okay? So no matter what though, she always kept faith. She prayed to the gods. She prayed to her ancestors. Like, she always had faith. And in the end, her faith, her unbreakable strength, it prevailed and justice was served and she lived good. We'll say that. There is a very powerful love coming in to your life. And I know we hear that all the time. That doesn't mean the reader is wrong. It just means it's not your timeline quite yet. You might have a love coming towards you, right? Whatever's meant for you will always be for you. So don't worry. But you might have like a person coming in, and let's say you guys are meant to align next week, okay? You or that person might make some kind of free will choice today that alters that timeline a bit to maybe happen 3 weeks from now instead of next week. Does that make sense? So think of like it's always happening like that. So, you know, if you want something more precise, then you get a personal reading. My point is that this is the vibe right here. So that's why I was called to do this reading, because Spirit was like, you have to go deliver this message and let people know, like let them know, like confirm for them that they are here. You are here. You are in the money. Things are, okay? Do not be fooled by the 3D. And also, do not be fooled and deceived by little last minute tests from the universe, because the universe will also, it will test us to see if we've truly learned the lesson right before we're about to receive, right before, you know, someone, the love of our life comes in. You know, they will maybe dangle a carrot of someone who checks most of the boxes. Are you willing to settle? Are you willing to dim yourself, settle even a little bit because you're lonely and you're just like, I'm ready, screw it, like, or are you like, no, hard pass, like, I know who I am, I know what I need, and until that shows up, that's it, right? The universe is testing. It's going to test right before it delivers. So be aware of that. Be aware of that, okay? For some of you guys, you're about to get a new job. For some of you guys, like someone if you're looking for work, you're about to have a job. You're about to find employment. For a lot of you guys, if you're looking for work, you're about to find employment, and it may not show up as a listing, or it could be very unexpected. You know, someone suggested you, or you know, it was a referral, or I don't know, okay? I'm also getting, if you need a car, if you've been in need of a car, the universe is making it happen for you. Someone gifts you a car. It might be like through your church or some, you know, or an organization like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm getting that, like a new car, new job for sure. Work is a big one. They want you to know you're like, you had to learn though. Okay. Like if, let's say you had a job offer and it was like pretty good, you know, but it wasn't exactly maybe what you wanted. So you said, I might be stupid for, you know, denying this job offer, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold out. I'm going to wait until something that I want aligns. This is the moment it aligns. But it's like you're rewarded like tenfold because you followed your heart and your soul instead of settling. Instead, like most people settle. They go, you know what? I've been out of work. I don't even know if they do unemployment anymore. I'm sure they do. But like my unemployment's running out. I've been out of work. Like I need a job, and here I have this offer. Yeah, it's not really what I deserve and what I really want to do, but it's work. A lot of people would just take it, right? And I don't blame them. But an awakened soul, someone who's very in tune and right, you would hold out. You would say, no, I know my worth and my value, and I'm going to wait until until it aligns and locks into place, click, 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 perfectly. It's like a key, you know, like when people, like a key maker. Keys are very specific to the lock. Like you can't just take one key and unlock, you know what I mean? And that's the key codes within us is no different. The key codes and blueprint of it's like we are the key, and everything and all of our experiences are the locks. So until your key locks in perfectly with your divine counterpart, or a new career, or even a new home, you're looking for a new place to live or something, or a place to rent, are you going to settle because you're like desperate and need a place? For some, maybe you're like, okay, I'll stay here for like a month while I find something better. Cool, perfect. But, or are you going to listen to your intuition and be like, no, I know my dream home is about to show up, and nope, I just know it. I'm going to, you know, that faith is, woo, okay? So 48 minutes, you guys. I was not planning this like to be this long, but let's go ahead and end with a message from the Divine Matrix. Okay, so I didn't talk about this enough, and I didn't even talk about like the main message that I got for this message, but it's fine because everything else that came through is very important. The main message is basically like, you are so attractive right now. You're magnetic. You may not feel it, but you are it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because of what you've just been through and the cycles you just closed, and like the endings and the breakups and the turmoil and the tower moments and all those things, right? So plus you're like battling like yourself and like the old you and the new you, and like you're exhausted. You're exhausted. Just like after giving birth, just like, you know, any like big battles or, you know, things in history, right? Like after a battle, the soldiers are wiped. They're exhausted, right? Same thing with you. You've been battling, right? Okay, so you need a spa day, honey. Like you need to pamper yourself, man or woman. Men like massages too. Men, okay, I know a lot of men that go and get pedicures, and I mean, man, like rancher cowboy guys, like they'll go get a pedicure. You know what I mean? Pamper yourself, love yourself. Stop living life as a state of emergency, mi amor. And I do it too. I have it has taken me years to heal and work through this. But, you know, my awakening started back in 2016 when my brother was unalived in a car accident, very traumatic. 3 months prior to that, and I had a prophetic vision. 3 months before my brother's, you know, accident, I had a vision of my brother passing away in a car accident. See, people think it's all fun and games with these gifts, but I see things that I never want to see, and then they happen, and it's even worse. It's horrifying. Whether it's something personal or a world event or just different things. But 3 months, around the time I had the vision of my brother, like right after, when I had the vision of my brother, it was only like 2 or 3 weeks. I had just found my grandmother passed away in bed one morning. I went to check on her, and she was gone. So that was like traumatic. Like, oh my God, she was not like on her way out. Like it was very unexpected. For our family, very unexpected. Okay, so that happened, and I'm the one that found her. Very traumatic to find your grandmother like that. And then, like, we'll say a month after my grandma passed is when I had the vision about my brother, my baby brother, who was 23 at the time. And then 3 months later, it happened. That's what started my awakening. And not to mention the narcissistic ABUSER that I was with at the time. My new boyfriend, who I ended up being with for like 5 years. But our relationship was fresh when my brother passed. And I told him about the vision, and then it all happened, and it was just crazy. And like, my visions are never wrong. Even stuff like that. My point with all that is one, you could have, you know, maybe have similar experiences, or that's how your awakening started, was through something very traumatic. I've also had like 6 or 7 like NDEs, like just my whole life has been insane. Like I literally have lived like 150 lifetimes in 41 years. I have so many stories, you guys. I could do a whole YouTube channel just on my life stories. And I've shared a lot with you guys, and you guys are always like, yes, more. But you know, the curse breakers, we often do have these kinds of, you know, stories. But my point with all that is the anxiety and the PTSD that bubbled up. Like, I never had anxiety. I never had any of that. I thought people were like weak. Like when people would be like, oh, I have anxiety, I'm like, that is something made up. Like anxiety. I used to make fun of people, literally, you know, like not make fun, but like just be like, okay, like what an excuse, like stop playing victim. Like I literally didn't think it was like a thing because I didn't have it. Then I started having it. Like it started kicking in, like I think like a year or 8 months after my brother's passing, and like my grandma, like it just, that was my first dark night of the soul, because that's what opened me. That's what awakened me, was that's why I'm the one that found my grandma, and that's why I had the vision of, because it was all a part of my spiritual awakening. And it awakened me. And it was very slow, very gradual for the first like 4 years, until the end of 2020, when my twin flame found me. And that was poof, like he woke me right up real fast, like accelerated my awakening like crazy. But the anxiety and the PTSD that I still to this day have, and I like don't claim it, because it's not really who I am. And there are grief demons and anxiety demons and you know, addiction demons and like all these things, right? So I'm like, I don't want to feed that, you know, like my, you know, like I want to heal it and love it and, you know, all those things. So I feel like that's a message for whoever right here at the end. We've all known loss. We've all known grief. We've all known ton of like this, like the ultimate betrayals, like just people doing horrendous, mean, heartbreaking things to us. Sword after sword shoved in our back, literally like backstabbers. Like that's, you guys, I don't have my friend group doesn't exist really, like, because even like the highest of holiest priestesses and shamans and stuff, I've been burned by them. I've been burned by them. I was duped. I was duped. Okay? And I had to walk away from a lot of people. Like I said earlier, I've done a lot of betrayals, not just cheating, but like friendships and people that I trusted, betrayers, thieves, backstabbers, gossipers. They'll be nice to your face and then they'll lie, and you know what I mean? I've been through it all. So you know what I mean? That's how I'm able to have such deep empathy and understanding with my clients and stuff, especially like when we're doing shadow work and other things, right? And a lot of you guys are the same way, but my point is that this is stuff that happened to us. This isn't who we are. Like anxiety and all that, it's a side effect of things that have happened to us. But it's not who we are. So why do, like, you know what I mean? So when usually when I speak of it, I'm like, yeah, I used to have anxiety and it's something that is healing. You know, it's something that I'm healing. Like I used to have it. Like speaking of it in a way where I'm not claiming it necessarily, but it's like something I'm aware of and I'm, you know. Anyways, the Venusian Galactic Council. We got Venus in the house, baby. Your star being guides. And that's why I'm like your guides, and you're so like, there's just, you're so held. Answer the call. It's time to shine. Yeah. Literally, it's time to shine. You are the shining star. It's time to shine. Where is the star card? There it is. Star beings. Star being. It's time for you to step fully into the star being that you are and stop battling with these false identities that you created to survive. They don't have power here anymore. They no longer have power. They serve their purpose. We love them dearly. They are us. We are them. But we have to let them rest in paradise and in peace now. This is who we are now. It is time to answer the call. It is time to shine. And we are fully supported by our galactic family, our angelic family, our ancestral families, all the things. The Temple of Truth, baby. Throat chakra. Throat chakra. Powerful one. Throat chakra, authenticity and self-expression. It is time to step fully. That's what I mean. This is the new you. The new you that lives authentically in your truth. And you know what that means too, you guys? Like, let's say you do still work, like, you know, like, let's say you work in the corporate realm or something like that, right? Where you are working around people who are asleep, NPCs, like, you know, like a lot of Archon energy floating around, like all that stuff, right? Hold on. Today I am drinking homemade hibiscus flower tea. I do a cinnamon stick because I made like a batch, like a big pitcher. Hibiscus flower tea. Okay, this is amazing antioxidants. Like, this is amazing for your urinary tract. Antioxidants. It's blood sugar, blood pressure, like balance, like all the things, you guys. Look it up, hibiscus flower tea. But that's what I'm drinking. So I love making fresh hibiscus flower tea. I'll do like a cinnamon stick, and then I do a bunch of like fresh squeezed orange juice inside of it. I blend up some ginger, so there's like all the goodness in here. But that's what I'm drinking today. Kidneys, like flushing, like everything. It's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. I was not expecting to go a full hour with this, like at all, but whatevs. Let's get a message from a goddess. What goddess is going to bless us right at the end with their energy? Hathor has been showing up like crazy, you guys. And again, she's showing up right now. And she is also connected with the Venusian, with Venus. And she's bringing forth the message of playfulness and fun. Like, why so serious? Like, a part of like your anxiety and a part of that like feeling or that just kind of heaviness. Like, she's like, it's because you're not having you're not having enough fun. You need to be more whimsy, more whimsical, mi amor. Where is all that whimsy? You need more whimsy in your life. And that's literally it. She's like, it's the whimsy, honey. It's the sound, it's the play, it's the dance, it's the song, it's the prayer, it's the connecting, it's being in nature, it's talking to the fairies, it's, you know, lighting candles, doing your altar space, whatever it is. But she's like, where's your whimsy? You need more whimsy. And your inner child is like, heck yeah, because if you remember being, younger, like my inner child, she looks at me now. And this is something I need to honor more because I don't. And it's making me kind of emotional in this moment. The little girl inside me, little Erica, I know she looks at me as this, who I am now. Like, she looks at like all this stuff and she's just like, girl, you are so cool. You're the most beautiful woman in the world. Like, you're an actual witch, you're a healer, you're a priestess, you have actual magic powers. Like, I always knew we had powers. I always knew I was magical. That's how my little inner Erica is. And I'm like, yes, we are, sweetheart. We sure are. And you always knew that, didn't you? And she's like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because she did. I did. Like, ever since I was little, like, I always felt so different from everyone, but I always felt so special. Like, not like I'm better. Like, I felt special. Like, I'm very different from the rest of you guys, and I don't know what it is, but I know I'm different than you. I don't think like you. I don't feel like you. Like, I can see imbalances here, and how could you be mean to, and like, I didn't like bullies. Like, you know what I mean? And so anyways, Hathor's like, it's time to have some fun. And your inner child, like, connect with your inner child and like, what does your inner child think of you right now? Like, they look at your life and they're like, we did it. Or like, do you feel like you need to protect yourself more or change something so you and your inner child feel happier and more safe? What is it, right? So anyways, you are magnetic. Things are happening. Love is definitely, like, for a lot of you guys here, Persephone, spiritual passage. So Persephone, queen of the underworld, she was also tricked. She was also betrayed and deceived and tricked. Another story for another time, but that's why she's also showing up. But look at her, she's beautiful and she has all these fruits, and it speaks of that, like, a spiritual passage. Like, you literally, it's like a rite of passage, initiation. Like, you are going through this very powerful spiritual rite of passage right now, and it's bringing you the fruits of all of your labor that you've been going through. Thank you, Persephone, queen of the underworld. The underworld is the shadow, the darkness, and she's here showing fruit. Like, you did it. You moved through the darkness, and now is the light. Now is your harvest. Let's see who's on the bottom. Green Tara, thank you, Green Tara. Okay, so Green Tara, she is very, very special to me. She actually was like the one ascended master that I mentored with first. Like, seriously worked with. I was working with Green Tara when I started my YouTube channel, when everything took off. Like, she was life-changing for me. But anyways, swift compassion. And then look at that white buffalo calf woman, sacred wisdom. You hold sacred wisdom within. Sacred wisdom is unlocking for you. It's time to use your sacred wisdom. It's time to, you know what I mean? And I do want to say just really quickly, like, when it comes to doing spiritual work, you really have to like, you have to follow the voice of your soul, but you also have to be ready. I'm just speaking from my experience, and that's what I do with a lot of my clients and people, you know, like, I'll start working with them. It's a lot of space to hold. And if you yourself are scattered all over the place, not grounded, not practicing what you preach, it will absolutely, it will take you over. You won't be able to hold it, and it'll be very difficult. So make sure you're being honest with self too. Am I ready for this? Or can I hold this? Or whatever it is, you know, but especially for spiritual work, right? It's a big responsibility to work with other people, especially. Like, if you're just like pumping out readings on YouTube and that's it, like, that's different. But I'm talking about, like, if you're someone where you're taking on clients and you're, right? It's a lot, and you have to be ready. So, and I feel like that's like where you are, but I don't know, just side note for whoever needs to hear that. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much. We're over an hour. I'm going to go. But I haven't posted for like 4 days. So there you go, you guys. And I also have the Druid, past life Druid message also coming up. So that one's, I'm going to record that today right after this. So anyways, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you. And if you guys want to connect with me one-on-one, all of my spiritual services, healing options, etc., are in the description box. I think that's it, you guys. So lots of love. Thank you again. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed. Happy April. All the things.